obviously I've met a lot of people and I've had a lot of good conversations. And the reason being is because everybody is sacrificing so much to get to where they are. Especially these people that like you who have gotten paid. You know, think of all the trials and tribulations and everything you've been through, all this self-doubt, you know, the times that you're thinking about whether it's giving up or just like, this is hard, whatever, the difficulties.
Times, a lot of them.
Bro.
And it's to be pushed. You got to push through them.
Yeah. How do you go about pushing through like tough times?
It starts with like self-belief and like confidence, right? This is why, that came from me just working on the craft, working on my strategy, you know, and having and building my confidence to a point to where even when I fail a challenge, like I'm not thinking about the failure, but I'm thinking about, okay, what's going to take place when I pass this next one? You see what I'm saying? Like my daily thoughts are never, can I pass a challenge? My daily thoughts are, is this prop firm going to be able to handle the payouts I'm going to be requesting?
That energy.
Like that, like you got to have your confidence up there, you know, never any self-doubting yourself. And that comes from just perfecting your strategy.
How did you cultivate this like self-belief? Is there a routine you go through? Like I'm always curious how other people go about it.
I guess the routine would just be like redefining your strategy, like repetition, you know, finding out what works for you and then like putting the emphasis on that, you know, so never straying too far, you know, like it's okay to like to dabble, try and learn things here and there, but you want to find out what your strengths are. Once you find out what your strengths are, you can put confidence in that and then you just maximize it.
And I think that's the same thing in life too, right? Like you got to figure out what are your character, like what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, like, you know, and that's how you can build confidence just in life, because at the end of the day, trading, it sounds like you're saying like repetition, practice, like looking in the mirror and kind of like listen to like, what is the truth about who I am? You know, some people, they can't hold trades, or some people, you know, they just struggle with trading in general and trading these accounts. And you really got to get like clear as to who you are, I think, before you can actually make money, whether it's in the market, I think just in general, right?
Exactly. I mean, because when I didn't truly believe in myself and in my craft, which I didn't know at the time, but when I didn't, a lot of times I would take bad trades because of my lack of confidence. So if I was in a losing trade, I would say, man, I don't know when I'm going to win again. So I got to stay in this trade, hope it turns around. Or when I would get in a winning trade, I was like, man, I don't know when I'm going to win again. I got to stay in this trade, and I stay in it too long and it reverses. All of that was a lack of confidence. You see what I'm saying? Now my confidence is up. So if I take a bad trade, I got to set trigger. Okay, I'm only going to lose this much. Because even if I lose 5,000 on a Tuesday, I know I'm going to come back Thursday and hit them for 15,000. It's a confidence thing. You know, you got to have that belief in yourself.
That's crazy. And so when did you get started with trading? How long has it been?
I've been trading for before the wave got started. So like around 2013. So before it
long time.
Yeah, before it became popular, before, you know, everybody jumped on the bandwagon. You know, I've been in the game for a minute, Angelo.
And how'd you originally discover?
I was working like I was working, you know, my normal jobs, UPS. I was here, I was there. And then I just said, all right, I need an alternative way to make money. And then I just did my little trolling, like on in, and I'm looking at, you know, Amazon drop ship, and I'm looking at wholesaling. And then I ran across a trading program on Facebook. This guy named Leo Williams, he still runs the course to this day. And like I said, back then, this was before the wave had been created. So when I saw the trading course, it kind of stood out to me, and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, okay. And then I dabbled. Me and him did some work together and learned his program. And from there, I started studying this guy, Steve Murrow. And he's kind of like a mythical trader. He doesn't really come out. You know, kind of like either you pay for his course or you don't. He doesn't really do any advertising, anything like that. So I started studying him. So between those two guys, I took the lessons I was learning there, kind of redefined it, Started doing my personal accounts, and like I say, I've been rolling ever since.